Win more number 2. Of course from behind, it's a pity he's not asleep. A Crossout video by Dangerously Incompetent. I'm driving a shotgun wedge. I'm trying out those new Doomsday bumpers and see if they make a better wedge than hatchets and twin blades. I've also got on this build 4 sledgehammers and a favourite cabin, so I can find an enemy who hasn't got a wedge on the front and I can just drive straight at them, lift them up, empty my shotguns into them, cool them down with my favourite cabin and shoot him all over again with the sledgehammers. Bang bang bang, and by the time I've done that, which shouldn't take any time at all, they should be either dead or crippled. Great, that makes this a really simple build to play. Pick a target, charge them, wedge them, destroy them. Simples. Right? Wrong. If you charge straight at someone, they're probably going to see you. And if they see you, they'll probably attempt to evade your wedge. Maybe they'll get behind a bit of landscape, or get in a dip, or go backwards really fast on their tracks. And while you're coming straight at them, which is the quickest way, direct line, quickest way to get to them, you're an easy target to shoot. They're going to shoot you. Their allies will shoot you. Much better to come from behind. Your target's not going to see you, so they're not going to evade, they're not going to shoot at you, which makes wedging them and destroying them much easier and leaves you unscathed to carry on to victory. But wait, before you rush off to put this pearl of wisdom into action, there is more to consider. There is a downside to this tactic. Most of the maps in Crossout are quite constrained. There's only a few avenues you can travel down to get to the enemy, and then to get to you. So unless you find an enemy who's all alone, manoeuvring to attack an enemy from behind often presents your rear to one or more of their allies. And once you've wedged someone, you don't move much, making you an easy target for them. So you get wedged in turn, or wrecked. It's very easy to get a score draw result following this tactic. You destroyed an enemy, their allies destroyed you. You haven't actually done anything to increase the chances of your team winning. So before you attack from behind, what can you do to mitigate the risks you're about to take? While I've been yapping, you've seen me execute a wedge attack from behind. Let's go through it again in slow motion and see what I did to mitigate the risks. Start of the battle, I haven't charged straight at the enemy, I've waited for an opportunity to attack from behind, and here is my target, which turns out to be 2 wedge builds who have charged directly at my allies, thus exposing themselves to my wedge attack from behind. Whilst I close with my target, I'm going to be exposed to the rest of the enemy team, who frequently hang around here. That risk is easy to mitigate. I'll use my chameleon. They won't see me, they won't shoot me. But when I wedge my target, I'll become visible, and I'll still be exposed to those snipers. I have a plan to mitigate that risk. Regardless of whether my wedge attack is successful, I'm going to carry on into the tunnel, leaving the firing arc of the enemy snipers and gaining covering fire from my allies. As it turns out, my target has mitigated the risks for me. He's driven into the tunnel and been joined by a mate to boot. I then proceed to wedge and pin the pair of them, and with the help of my allies, destroy them. Huzzah! The plan worked. But wait, there's more. There's a fly in the ointment. There's an enemy bastion goblin build here as well, and I've just presented my rear to him, which is exactly what I'm telling you not to do. But I get lucky. The enemy is destroyed before those goblins wreck me. Final score for the engagement: 3 destroyed enemies for 1 of my sledgehammers. That's it for this video, apart from the summary. Don't just think how you can attack from behind, think how you can defend your exposed behind whilst making your attack.